Hello, welcome to the Dandelion Thoughts channel. Here I speak my mind, the one who is scattered just like a dandelion. Last week I was in university, just walking peacefully, and I saw a dandelion. Now, a romanticist like me couldn't just pass by it, so I plucked it, enjoyed its scattering white magic on me for a little while. Then I threw its stem, and then the question of why hit me. Like my blaming self was like, why did you kill the poor little fragile thing? I was like, it's fun. And yeah, that led to a bit of an external thought about why human beings are so obsessed and devoted to satisfy themselves and fulfilling their desires, no matter what they are. So yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today, us spoiling us. I focus on the main danger that I think they are dangerous. First conception, I mean, it's capitalism, but it's broader than just capitalism. There's an increase in consumption of food. Eating while not hungry, craving sweets and sandwiches just for the sake of filling or tasting. It's not a mistake to enjoy a snack once in a while, but when it becomes a routine, a craving, that's when it's called food hysteria. It's bad for your body and your soul.
قال الإمام ابن القيم رحمه الله: مفسدات القلب 5: كثرة الخلطة، الإسراف في الطعام، كثرة النوم، التعلق بغير الله، والتمني.
And the Prophet ﷺ said 1/3 for food, 1/3 for water, and 1/3 for air, for the sake of your brain and body health. And we can see it in Ramadan. I mean, after Maghrib, when we shove our stomach with different dishes and drinks that we can't breathe nor talk, let alone do a basic task. So yeah, we're really gonna. This is, I think, we gotta stop eating and tell ourselves no once in a while or too many times. And I want to focus on some examples. Here in Algeria, the way young girls and boys consume conditionalism. I mean, some young men and girls, they drink ism, knowing damn well it's dangerous for their health. I mean, it alters your brain function, your lungs, and it's addictive. It's really a bad habit for it. I mean, my brother used to drink 4 to 5 cans a day. He had to get sick in the end. It's actually not funny. And guys, you keep drinking Condia Choco while it's boycott. You know it's boycott, but you still buy it. I mean, this is beyond just you're not controlling yourself or you don't care. It's about the non-ability to tell yourself no. You're not capable of controlling yourself over a drink. And I really do understand addiction. I mean, it's delicious. I mean, I have it with the Ifri strawberry juice, but I think a way to not to escape but to moderate this addiction is to use it as a gift, as a treasure. That's how I treat my addiction. And it reminds me of an ayah, really. I mean, or any food star as well. There is a lot of harming food or drinks. It's ولا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى التهلكة. Yeah. Even it's in money. I know this ayah is in a whole other context, but it just resonates, okay? It hurts you. So stop. 2, we're still in consuming trends and algorithmic content. I know everyone talked about this, but it is that big of an issue. It is really devastating how people jump into each trend, each dance, each meme, just following unconsciously, leaving their morals and principles behind, especially as Muslims. I mean, just for once, look at TikTok trends with a critical eye, and you'll see how trivial they are. Even worse, they're hegemonic, brainwashing you, turning you into a fragile and competent vessel of their ideologies. And at the end of the day, you will be asking yourself why I can't focus on my lectures, why I can't do basic tasks. Well, you'll really find your brain. As Neil Postman said, we are a culture consuming itself to death with triviality. I wish it was something else, but yeah, triviality. And by the way, hegemony is a way or a tool to control minds. TikTok. TV shows, songs, many stuff. And you see, our brain is a really strong mechanism, subhanAllah. Yet also a fragile one, It can become our enemy very quickly if we fed it wrongly. Very. I'm so uncomfortable saying this, but I'm not calling anyone out, really. But what's the thing with the balls? Literally everywhere. I'm gonna talk about, okay. First on social media, fine, I can avoid it. But now it's shoved on my face 24/7. In skirts, dresses, jeans, shoes, tote bags, even pencil cases. I'm sorry, I just had to take this off my chest. And it happened to land on you. My bad. I'm talking here about buying too many clothes. Consumption of clothes, if that's right. I mean, buying too many clothes that you don't necessarily need. Like, you don't need hijabis in all colors and shapes, honey. You don't need too many hoodies. I'm not saying don't enjoy your money. Buy what you love, but not in an excessive way. Remember, there are people who don't even have clothes on their backs. So if you plan to buy 5 sweatpants, buy 2 and give the rest of the money to charity. Or zakat, or use it to buy clothes for the needy. خير الناس أنفعهم للناس. Another satisfying thing is fake scenarios. When did this thing become a thing? I mean, and how did it even come to existence? I mean, I am addicted of this one, not proud of myself. And if I ever get the solution, I will share with you. I don't have the solution, actually. Fake scenarios happens when you want something so bad, or you want to talk to someone so bad, yet you can't, or the circumstances are just not helping. So your brain, you see how crazy this is? Your brain wants this thing so bad, so he creates it, literally. And the brain actually can't, differentiate from what is imagination and what is reality. So that's why when I have like this conversation with someone, I'd be having butterflies in my head, in my stomach, and I actually be happy all the day because of my own imagination. It's actually a crazy topic, really. It deserves an own episode as well. So yeah. Don't get the snack if you're not hungry. Don't buy the product if you don't need it. And don't overwhelm yourself with draining relationships just to say you're in one. You see, sometimes you just need to be alone, really. You don't need 20 friends to feel validated. You don't need a partner to cope with life. It's okay to be well engaged with people, beautiful even, but never to the point that you have no time left for yourself, your hobbies, your reflections, and your Lord. Time with Allah and time with yourself should take the maximum of your day, not endless gatherings and dates. You see, it's all about balance and quality over quantity. Because the more people you surround yourself with, the more noise you invite. And where there is noise, there is no self-reflection, no solitude. And without solitude, there is no greatness. I'm afraid you never get to the point, when you're so close to Allah. Because to hear Allah's voice, it's need to be calm inside you. And people never let that happen, calmness. I want to talk about the knowledge. Yep, knowledge conception. This one, okay. Nowadays, multidisciplinary knowledge is being shoved in our mouth, literally everywhere and 24/7. For me, Twitter gives me politics, Instagram finance, YouTube faith and self-development, Substack existential crisis, TikTok shaping my ideology. I deleted that. Not to mention the hundreds of safe Telegram courses and Duolingo Spanish and German lessons. Never gonna learn that too. It's like a never-ending race, and for what? What are we trying to prove? I mean, learning is fundamental. It's a necessity, crucial. But again, balance. My professor once said, anything that becomes an addiction is harmful, even good things. Which reminds me of this quote, which is, to add is to lose. زيادة هي النقصان. Meaning, the more you add to something like overworking, the more you lose other essential things, like the sheer joy of doing nothing. Yeah, that exists. Time with family and friends, vacations, contemplating God's creations, and hobbies. This actually ties into accelerationism. Wow! I'm not going there today. It deserves its own episode after I learn how to say it. And this belief of mine sharply contrasts with the hustle culture's lock-in and hustle mentality, where you're told to grind non-stop, sacrifice everything. I agree to a certain point, but abandoning my other parts for the sake of one goal, that will never resonate with me. It's just not healthy, not for me and not for those around me. Again, it's about balance, If you want to learn something, just focus on one thing. So you don't fall into, there's something called the knowledge of titles. You have a very shallow knowledge. I mean, everything you learn, about politics, it's shallow, it's surface. About psychology, it's surface knowledge. It's not that deep. So yeah, watch that podcast, enroll in that course. Yes, start your business, but also live in the moment. Hang out with your siblings, family, friends once in a while again, because they won't be here forever. And now is all we've got. And the perfect example of balance, I believe, is our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was all at once a prophet, a servant of Allah, a husband, a friend, and a ruler. If he had focused on only one of these roles, he wouldn't have been the greatest man he is. And as Muslims, as a smart, capable community, we should follow him on this beautifully raw path. There's one thing about this satisfying cycle, which is pets. I'm calling you. I mean, I'm not gonna go to cats or something. It's birds. I mean, what part of you is satisfied when you cage a bird? Pet imprisonment or abusing, I just feel it's not a normal thing, with all due respect. Yeah, I had to also take this off my chest. So, there is no step-by-step method to break this obsession cycle, but Islam already has the answer. I just love Islam sometimes, all the time. First step, or not step, this one has like belief, and not a philosophy, it's a belief. First we have qana'a, contentment. Be pleased and satisfied with what you have. This doesn't mean don't seek better, but it means be happy even if you don't get it. Learn the art of differentiating between needs and desires. And that's by asking why. Just always ask yourself why. Why you want to eat that? Why you want to say that? Why you want to be with that person? Okay? 2, gratitude. Be thankful for the blessings you have. Morning coffee with family, your brilliant smile that enables you to read this or listen. Your healthy body, we're so blessed. But our beautiful visionary eyes are too blind to see. Self-accounting, muhasabah. This alone actually deserves its own episode. I have which I will do, inshallah. But in short, account yourself before you are accounted. Ask why, like I said. Why are you doing something? Why did you say or avoid something? And over time, you will be so focused on improving yourself that you will forget to judge others for their whys. And that's fantastic. Today is Monday, May the 5th. It's spring, it's hot, but also warm and vivid. And this is the end of the episode. Wishing you all a beautiful, happy, controlled day. Bye.